Okay.
Welcome to the Food Project. This is our patio as you come in here. This is our colleague Elsa, who is in charge of things. She receives things that people bring to us, donations of clothing, of household items, of things that people don't want, but they don't want to bin because they're in good condition. For example, we were given this wonderful chair from a Norwegian gentleman who had got himself an upgraded one, and this today is going to be given to a man here in Aginigan who has lost both his legs, and from now on he is going to be able to use this chair. And Elsa will be giving it to them this afternoon. So we do different things. The food project started in 2008, just as the crisis was getting started, the economic crisis. Some of our volunteers were already in contact with the food bank of Las Palmas, and they said, we're starting to have families from our Aginigan area, would you like to help? And so we got together a group of volunteers and began helping.
Aquí están los voluntarios cargando todo el alimento donado por ti, David.
We started out with 11 families, and a month later we had 46 families, and by the end of 2009 we were at close to 150 families, and it kept going up and going up and going up. In 2011 we topped 300 families, which was almost 800 people a week that we were feeding. And we started out we didn't know what we were doing. We had to learn. We had a lot of volunteers. We all had to learn. And the whole thing was very difficult. It was very hard work. And we very often didn't have enough food. We didn't know how we were going to feed all of those people. The Norwegian community began getting involved, and some lovely people from a group called Club Los Amigos from the Sjömanskerken started collecting money and doing fundraisers for us, and then other groups like the Hattedamene and the Norwegian Club and the Norwegian School and the English-speaking Irish Catholic Church in Puerto Rico and the different groups of people here, clubs and associations, began helping us. And after 2010-11, we began to have a flood of help that made us able to feed everybody who came and knocked on our door. The system is that the family that needs help has to go to the council and has to be studied by a social worker, but that is a process that takes 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes up to 5 weeks, and meanwhile they have to eat. So we feed them while they're being processed by the social worker, and then once they've got their social report, they either are sent to us by the council or the council feeds them themselves, depending on the situation of the family. So we have families who are with us temporarily, and then the council takes over and cares for them. And we have families who are with us permanently because the council has sent them to us. This is true to this day. Fast forward to March 2020 and the big problem with the coronavirus. The shutdown, the lockdown started on the 14th of March. On the 16th of March, we were going to get food at the food bank, which we get once a month, the third Monday of every month. It's a regular thing. We have the date set in January. We had notified the council and we were waiting for the lorry to go and get the food, and the lorry wasn't here. So we started calling the council and saying, where's the lorry? Well, there is no lorry. Well, we need the lorry. Well, there is no lorry. So we managed to get some volunteers together, and I called the Guardia Civil and I got special permission to go up because, of course, we weren't supposed to be driving around. We were all supposed to be at home, being good little people and keeping Corona at bay. But we had to get the food here. And the food had to be collected at 9 o'clock in the morning in the food bank, which is in Merca Las Palmas, the big market central distribution plant, which is outside Las Palmas. So we managed to get up there and bring 3,000 kilos of food down, thanks to the favors of friends who came with their vans and helped us and all of that. And our volunteers unloaded, and we had food for Tuesday, the 17th. We were able to give everybody enough food. And that is the day we get the fresh food. So that's fruit, vegetables, things like that, that if we don't collect it, the food bank has to throw it out because they've got it for us. And if we don't come and get it, what are they supposed to do with it? The 31st of March, we were getting in food from the European Food Bank. We are a member of the Food Bank of Las Palmas. We have an agreement with them, and they get food from 2 different places. One is the European Food Bank. which is 3 times a year, and the other is from the different shops here on the island, large supermarkets and smaller ones that send in all of their short-dated produce and things that needs to be moved that they can't do, plus donations that people make, like in Operation Kilo 2 times a year, when we have the baskets in the supermarkets and people can donate things. So we've got these 2 sets of foods from the food bank, and we had to go on the 31st of March to collect the food from the European Union, which was 7,000 kilos. The council said, no van, no lorry, we can't help you, we're in the state of alarm, this is food, we're in the state of alarm. They didn't offer to help us in any way, shape or form, so I managed to get in touch with the government, who sent the army and 15 lovely soldiers and a lorry, a military lorry and several military vans. We went up to the food bank, we collected all of it, they loaded it, they brought it here to Aginigan, they unloaded it, they helped us store, they were lovely young men. It was all absolutely fantastic. There was a woman soldier as well. And they were really lovely and helpful. Come on in and do the inside.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah?
It's going fantastic.
Yeah,
the Army has saved the day.
So what's happened today?
The Army Emergency Services, the UME, have come with a lorry and 12 soldiers, and they have loaded everything at the food bank in Arinaga, brought it to Arginigin and loaded everything with the help of the man from the Fishermen's Guild. Everything has gone really smoothly, and we're just finishing up putting everything in the storage room. So it's been wonderful.
Superb.
And they're all so helpful and kind and cheerful.
Ahora, panorama, cuando llegó Jenni, Eddie, si tú le llegas a ver el chorro de goye que venía, eso ha sido genial, las lucecitas.
Y arroz.
Mira, cake y arroz.
Mira al contrario.
A ver lo que llega Jenni.
Para que sepan que es arroz.
Microclima, que le gusta venir.
La moto ahí.
¿No conoce a Oscar, no? ¿A Corruano?
Oscar, sí.
Quiero aprovechar para darle las gracias de todo corazón. Me dicen los manos que no hace falta, pero nos han salvado. Gracias, así podemos dar mañana la comida. Then the next month we needed food because we had many more people coming. We jumped up from 200 people a week, approximately 190 to 210. From about 200 people a week, we suddenly jumped up to 400, and we are now pushing 700 people per week coming to get food. So we need to go regularly to get food. The Army brought us food 3 times because the council refused, and then a company called Satokan has brought us food 4 times because the council keeps refusing to give us the lorry. This lorry can carry 8,000 kilos, and because they won't let us have it, we don't use it, their own driver drives it, they've been refusing it, we've had to find other ways. So Satokan has been sending a lorry, we've been using vans, and the food has been getting here. And then we've got people donating food. Everyone has been so lovely. Everybody has been so kind and so generous and so caring, and there have been fundraisers, and for example the Norwegian community couldn't do the 17th of May festival, so they donated money to us instead, and with that we've been able to buy food for the families. David Silva, the football player, has given us food now 4 times. Lots of food and very varied. He's given us a purchase of tuna, sardines, rice, sugar, flour, vinegar, oil, salt, shampoo, bath gel, toilet paper, paper towels. He has been absolutely lovely. The supermarkets have been helping us out, and we've been purchasing with the funds that we've got. There's so many people, I can't really mention them all because we'd be here for hours, but so many organizations and people that have helped us to be able to help the families. No one has gone away empty. It has been really lovely. This mural here was painted by the children of the project and a man called Pedro, who is an artist here in Aginigan. You may have seen him with a violin in the marketplace. And it is the story of the long-handled spoons, about how people in heaven and in hell have the same food and the same long-handled spoons, but in hell they don't know how to eat, so they're hungry, and in heaven they feed each other. So it's a very old parable from the Bible. But we are so sad that yesterday we were informed that today the council was going to hold a special meeting in which they were going to vote on taking away our use of these premises. We have had this concession since 2008, and the council today, from what we have been told by the people who were present, the council today accused us of all sorts of things. I mean, I don't think they accused me of killing Lady Di, but basically we have done all sorts of horrible things like not being clean and not what. But we've had over the years so many visits from inspectors, from the health authorities, from the agricultural ministry, because we belong to the food bank of Las Palmas. And this is something that is very professional, and it is something legal. It is something that has guidelines, and we comply with all the guidelines. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting food from the European Union. If we didn't comply and fulfill all of the requirements that the European Union and the food bank sets, we wouldn't be getting food from them. So that for us is the guarantee that we are following and complying with everything we are told. And as I said, we get regular inspection visits. We had an inspection visit in December. 3 weeks later, we got an inspection visit from the Council of Mogan. Now, the ones who were here in December came from the Ministry of Agriculture, and they said everything was great. They congratulated us. They were friendly. They were kind. I have in writing that they congratulated us for how good everything was, and that they were very happy with the quality of the work we're doing here and the condition that everything was in, that the food was stored properly, etc., etc. That was in December. And in January, 2 people from the council waltz in here. They didn't even go all the way in. They start telling us we can't have chairs and benches here because the families shouldn't sit while they're waiting for their food, because we are not allowed to have furniture here, and we've got to get rid of everything that isn't food. And we said, will you qualify what is everything without food? Because we have refrigerators, we have freezers, we have benches, we have a counter, we have tables, we have chairs, we have shelves, we have papers. It's all in separate rooms. We're going to go and take a tour later. But they're accusing us of falsehoods. And we have the documentary proof that what they're saying is lies. And we're very hurt by this, because they at no time in all of these months have been able to or willing to help us with anything. They just left us. They abandoned us. They left us to our fate. They refused to give us transport. And now today, what I've been told they said, they're complaining that we've never paid water, electricity. We're feeding half of this municipality. Why should we be paying water and electricity? Besides which, nobody lives here. We store food here, and on Tuesdays the homeless can shower here, they can do some laundry. We use the electricity for the refrigerators. We have an old computer that somebody donated to us, and it's still working, Kay, thank you very much. And this is really, it's ridiculous. The accusations are totally and absolutely ridiculous. We're very hurt, and we're very concerned, because apparently they think that after today's vote, in 10 days, we are going to move out of here. We've not been notified officially. Until they notify us officially and we appeal that notification, we're not going anywhere. And we have asked in writing, officially, through the registry, for another place which we have seen which would adapt to our needs. And it belongs to the municipality, and we would move there. As soon as it's empty and we can adapt it to our needs, we will move there. There's a couple of tiny things that need to be fixed. We need to separate rooms. We'll move there. But we're not moving out of here onto the street with, if they're thinking that we're going to be out of here in 10 days and in 2 weeks we're getting 7,000 kilos from the food bank, where on earth are we going to store 7,000 kilos of food? This is ridiculous. It's absolutely and totally ridiculous. And we are very saddened by their lies. There's no need. This is not a contest. This is helping people in need. We are not fighting or contesting against the council. They're supposed to be helping us. We're supposed to be working together. We're supposed to be, between the two of us, coordinating each other to help fulfill the needs of the families and make sure that the families are taken care of. We're not supposed to be wasting our energy fighting with these people who don't even know what they're talking about. They're lying. No, they don't like me, and that's really their problem. Yeah. One of the mayors said to me before, when I'm going to be mayor, are we going to fight the way you fought with all the other mayors? And I said to him, that depends on you, not upon me. I don't want to fight with anybody, but if you insist on fighting, yes, you'll have a fight. If you do something wrong, you'll have a fight. But if you communicate with your citizens, and if you listen to what we want, and if you attend to our needs, why should we fight? We haven't been fighting all of these years. We've been going on, getting along with what we had to do and taking care of all the families. And all of a sudden in January, because they want this property, they want to get us out of here. They're going to tear it down. We know that. It's a question right now of when are they going to do it and where are we going to go then? And then we'll go there. But we need a place, we need premises. We can't put this food on the street or in any of our homes. This is a large amount of food. We have here in the back a room which has right now toilet paper and paper towels that David Silva has donated to us. And it also has sheets, towels and clothing that we have for the homeless, for people who need things because they have no money. We try to be as environmentally conscious as possible, so we separate the trash. So here, this tomorrow will be taken to the recycling for paper recycling. We also separate into the yellow bin the things that are made out of plastic, of tins. We separate glass. We've got books. People can take books. These are a lot of books in German, in Norwegian, in Swedish, in English. And if anybody would like some books, please let us know, because we'd love them to go to a good home. And these are all Spanish books, and as you see, people take the Spanish books, so they move constantly. It's the foreign language ones that don't move so much. So if anybody would like some books, please let us know. People sometimes bring us something like a DVD or a recorder, and we also give those to the families who may need them. So we recycle things here. These are the things that the council says we should not have. This is our main room, and here we have Mai and Bernardo. They're in charge of administration of the families and the food that the families get. Everything in here is donated. Absolutely everything you see people have donated to us. We have freezers, and we keep a lot of frozen food that we are given. We were recently given this, which we need to put in its place. And we have here a bathroom where the homeless can shower, and there's a washing machine so they can do their laundry here. So we have every week several people coming here to shower and do their laundry. And now these are the food areas. This here is what we call the cold room, because it's cold in here. We keep eggs and potatoes and other perishables in here so that they last longer. We donate every week to the families eggs and potatoes that are paid for by the Norwegian group Los Amigos. They give us funds, they donate money to us, and with that we purchase eggs and potatoes. This is the milk that we have received recently from the Lions Club of Maspalomas, and these juices, which are for the children and the homeless. And we've also got sugar and flour from David Silva. And as you see, we have some refrigerators. There are boxes of eggs there. Here, this is also from the Lions Club. Oh, the little chocolate and strawberry milk. And we always give out tomato paste. We give out sardines. We give out tuna. We have from the food bank and from David Silva. It's a bit mixed. They shouldn't be, but they're a bit mixed because we're ready to give out food for next week. The food bank would like us to keep their food separate. So they have their own room, which is this room here. This is the European Union room. And we're ending the food that we got in March from the European Union. It's coming to an end. By next Tuesday, this will all be gone. But next Wednesday, we're getting in a new load. So they give us cooking oil, they give us vegetables, they give us pork, they give us fruit, they give us rice, spaghetti, we've got a little bit left. This is chicken soup, and there we have chickpeas. And in the other room we've got other food, which is not from the European Union. Almost everything in here is from David Silva, almost everything. This juice here is from the Lions Club, and everything that says Spar on it is from David Silva and Spar Mogan. So we have here rice, we've got chickpeas, we've got spaghetti, we've got macaroni, we've got gofio, we have tuna, we have lentils, and we have oil and we have salt, vinegar, and coffee, all from David Silva. There's a lovely Norwegian group called the Hattedamene. They donate money to us with which we buy nappies. So we always have nappies for 3 sizes of nappies, newborn, the next, and then size 4 and 5. We also are given sometimes nappies for adults, and we have a few people who have their parents with them and their parents need that, so we've got a little bit of everything here. Okay, so this is the 3 rooms that the food is kept in. I have to mention this because it's very dear to my heart. One of the first Norwegian volunteers we had was Jorunn. She was a Hattedamene, a founder of the Hattedamene, and she's with us in spirit. She unfortunately died after a few years with us, but she, speaking no Spanish whatsoever, would come here every Tuesday and take food down to the families in Mogan. She was a lovely lady. She was a social worker before she retired, and she taught us an awful lot about how to help people the Norwegian way, which is a very nice way. The Spanish way is a little bit less helpful, shall we say. We have been recipients of the Canary Awards. We've been recognized by the Canary Awards twice, and we have been covered by different press, and we're very proud of the work we do and have a fantastic team of volunteers from all sorts of countries. We're quite the United Nations here. We've got volunteers from Germany, from Canada, from Venezuela, from Lithuania, from Norway, from England, from the mainland. We are very, very international. We have some Moroccans, we have a Sahrawi. So we're quite international in our volunteers, and the people we feed are also from every country. Lately, we have a lot of Hindus and Nepalese from the shops in Puerto Rico who need help because their situation is desperate. And we're very happy to help them. They're human beings who need help. But it was a new addition to all the other nationalities that we've been helping over the last 12 years that we've been here. Right now, we don't know what help anybody else can give us. Obviously, we need funds to buy food because we plan to continue. But right now, until we come to some kind of an agreement with the council for a new place to be, we don't know what's going to happen. We just don't know right now. It's sad, it's very frustrating, but we don't know. We have just applied for a grant to hire a social worker of our own so that we have somebody who can deal with all of the families and the administrative part, because we're all volunteers here, and with this increase of families, 400% increase in the number of people we are feeding, it's getting very hard work, and we're being volunteers. I have another job. I have a real job that pays me a salary. This is volunteer work. So if we can get somebody and pay them a salary, that would be the first person we would have hired here, a social worker, to do the care, direct care of the families. And then they wouldn't have to wait 5 weeks for the council, etc., etc. We're also hearing from a lot of people in other parts of the island who are asking for help, and we can't really help them because how do we get the food to them? So we have been asking people if they'd like to help, and some people have been jumping in and saying, okay, I'll buy some fruit and vegetable for family A, I'll buy this for family B. And a lot of lovely, generous, kind people have been helping us with donations and with direct help to the families, helping moving furniture, helping giving them things that they don't. For example, a lot of people are buying properties and they don't want the furniture in the property. Instead of throwing the furniture away, instead of binning it, they are offering it for families that need furniture. We've got families moving into empty houses because they're much cheaper to rent, but they need furniture and they can't buy the furniture. So we're doing that as well. We're moving second-hand furniture for free. And there are people who have vans who are helping us collect that furniture and take it to the families that need it. So there's a lovely network of fantastic people, all of us trying to help the families in need at this hard time. We thank all of you. Please keep continuing what you're doing, and we'll do our best to continue what we do. Thank you.